As I said, this was like a soft jerk bait. It's actually really, really gross. But I mean, a soft crankbait. Looks like an antique type style lure. Looks like somebody used like a bobby pin to make this. Kinda. I'm not too sure. It has a swivel right here. Looks like this is part of either a spinner bait or something like that. Or maybe pull, like, I'm not sure. But we're gonna clean this off as well as, let's see here. Here's the part of it. There we go. Now, I know I'm not going to be able to salvage this, but I just brought it back to show you guys. It used to be like a punching style bait, rage craw or something like that. But it's super, super soggy, and it's just a really nasty bait. So I'm going to throw that away. But on that, I did find this football head jig. Now, I've never used a football head jig before, so this was actually a pretty exciting find out on the river. There's hair all over it. But we're going to go and clean these off properly and hopefully salvage them and be able to use them. I'm going to do a challenge video with this. I know that for sure. We're going to see how well this thing works. I don't even know how it works, so we're going to go clean these two lures off, and we'll see what they look like. Also, we're going to throw this nasty thing away. So now we're at my bathroom sink. What you're going to need to clean these is just some, what do you call these? Cotton swabs. Just to get in the nooks and crannies, just to get some of the rust, if there is any, off hooks and stuff. Like on this, there's tons of gunk. I'll probably use it on there. First step you want to do is, if you have one of these, pull it up, so that way this will fill with water. We're going to fill it with hot water. So just slowly do that, and once it gets to about a quarter full, sorry about that, once it gets to about a quarter full, just going to stick the baits in there. We'll do this one first, actually. And you just gonna want to kind of rub where it's dirty. In this case, this one is dirty all over this thing. But this is a soft crankbait or something. As you can see, it's pretty much like a rubber frog, and it has these little dangly things on the end, but it has this crankbait piece too. So I wasn't too sure what this thing was, but I'm gonna wash it off. As you can see, it's kind of breaking apart. These strands are. And you're gonna want to empty the nasty water out. That all came from this one bait, by the way. Walk it back up. And it's kind of slimy too, so you're going to want to get some of that off. The hooks actually look kind of decent. They aren't too rusted, but they're still pretty bad. I'm going to take a cotton swab, wet it just a little bit, and get into the nooks and crannies of this thing. As you can see, it gets a lot of it off that the water doesn't. And you just get on the sides, the nooks and crannies. And on the sides, as you can see, there's a lot of dirt and stuff. I don't think I'll be able to get that off. It's pretty caked in there. I'll try. But that's pretty much all you do to get these things clean. I'm going to continue trying to get this thing a little bit better looking, and then we'll go over to the jig. So I just used the swabs, didn't really get too much out of it. It still looks better than it did, but I think I'm going to take some Dawn to it after I wash this jig off real quick. Now this should be a bit easier just because it doesn't have as many nooks and crannies and stuff like that. Looks like a pretty banged up jig, as you can see right there. Paint is chipped fully off of it, but hopefully I can salvage it. Feels like a 1.5 ounce bait, 1.5 ounce jig. I'm just gonna fill this up once again. Oh, this one's super dirty, but that's pretty much all you do. You just try and get as much stuff as you can off of it that is not supposed to be there. And I like this rubber elastic band right there because it's been in the water for a while, obviously, and it still folds really, really tight. I lost a few baits today, but this kind of makes up for it. Finding technically old baits, but new baits for me is kind of cool, especially when they're baits that I've never used before, like the football head jig. It's like a tannish color. Anyways, it's a really nice jig, I think. The hook is still perfect on it. There's no rust at all whatsoever. And it's a natural colored jig. All I'll have to do is sharpen this hook. It should be a pretty nice fish catching machine. I'm gonna keep washing it just to be sure we got everything. I don't want it to get some grime on my other jigs once I stick it in the box. But there we go. There's the clean football head jig. Now we're gonna empty this out and go get some Dawn soap so we can fill this back up and hopefully get most of the stuff off both of those. So today I'm using Dawn, but you can pretty much use any dish soap because it does clean grime pretty well. Any dish soap does, but Dawn is by far the best brand in my opinion. But you don't need a lot of this either, as you can see right there. Cleans 2 times more. Thanks for partnering with me, Dawn. No, I'm just kidding. But you just want to put it around the sink before you put the water in, so those suds and all those bubbles can form once you put the water in. So this is what it looks like. Ooh, sorry for that interruption. Here's the jig. I'm gonna have to cut this line off. It's braided fishing line. I got them all full of suds, and they're pretty clean. This one, there's no way to clean anything else on there. No, the silicone kind of elastic type skirt on the back is really nasty, but I can't clean that without ripping the strands out because it's such an old lure, or it's been in the water for so long. So I'm just gonna leave them dirty like that. You never know, maybe it'll attract some more fish. But this is actually a really, really nice jig. Stinks for the person who lost this, but hey, guess what? It's mine now. You lost it. It's not my problem. You couldn't get it unstuck with. It looks to be 10-pound braid. But thanks for losing this thing, whoever lost it. So we're gonna empty this out, and we're gonna fill it with some regular water, if we can. If that'll all drain out, probably won't. I'm gonna refill it, make all this soap go back down, and refill it with regular water and just rinse these off. Actually, And just rinse them off like this. Don't have to waste as much water. Just rinse them off real quick, and then we're gonna stick them on the side of the sink and let them dry for probably 10 minutes, just to make sure that they don't rust at all. Because I know this one was already rusted right up here in the front, and we don't want that to happen again. So I'm gonna clean these hooks off real quick. Try not to break anything. There we go. Perfect. Got all the soap off, rinsed them off. Now we're gonna lay them here for 10 minutes, and I'm gonna come back to them. Hey guys, so these baits are not fully dried yet, but here's pretty much what it just looks like. I'm definitely gonna be using the football head jig soon, and I'm gonna be doing a challenge video on this, so look out for that video. Once it gets a little bit warmer, I'll be doing that. But thanks for watching this episode. I hope you guys liked it. If you did, like it. Ricky's channel, if you haven't seen him in any of my videos, go check him out. If you have seen him, still go check him out. Link down below. And I'll try and find out what brand this is. If I do, then I'll link that below. If not, then I'll just link a football head jig company, the cheapest one I can find with the best quality, and I'll link that below as well, so you guys can go pick up some football head jigs. Now I'm going to say one thing that I like about this, and then we're going to end the video. So the one thing that I like about this bait, or any football head jig, is that the hook stands up when it hits the bottom. As you can see, the hook is standing up, and that will allow the crayfish or whatever trailer you have on here to kind of stay up and flap like an actual crayfish. So it's going to be a really nice bait for here in the spring for these smallmouth, and maybe even when I go out fishing for largemouth, we can use that and might even catch something. So thanks for watching this episode. Like this video, share it if you could. 150 subscribers, we're gonna do a giveaway, and I'm not sure what I'm gonna put in it yet. Probably like a $50 amount of lures. Like, go out and buy $50 worth of lures, and I'll do a video before I do that, and we'll get some suggestions and to buy with the $50. So anyways, thanks for watching this episode, and I'll catch you guys on the next one.